This week in Pokemon Go is going to be a packed week of content. We are getting the Arctic Embers event kicking off this week, and we're also getting a Hatch Day that is going to be quite interesting, and we're also getting a Spotlight Hour you absolutely don't want to miss. I'm going to be going over everything in today's video. Let's get right into it. Hey, what's happening everyone? Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon Go video. I hope your day is going really well, and let's get right into it. So this is actually going to be a pretty busy week in Pokemon Go. We are getting some events that you absolutely won't want to miss, and there's also a lot of nice surprises that are going to be happening. First of all, we're getting the Arctic Embers event, which might actually be a pretty decent event, and then during this event, we're going to be getting a Hatch Day. But let's kick things off by talking about the Arctic Embers event, because I actually think this event could be pretty good. The Summer Marathon Arctic Embers event is going to be starting on August 4th at 10 o'clock a.m. local time, and it's going to go until August 10 at 8 o'clock p.m. local time. With this event, the following Pokemon are going to be featured. You're going to see Ponyta, Slugma, Snover, and Vanillite, and Snom is going to be getting its shiny debut. Every single one of these are going to get a boosted shiny chance, but it's really dependent on how you can obtain them. Now, during this event, these are going to be the wild encounters. You're going to see both Vulpix and Alolan Vulpix. You're also going to see Growlithe, Swinub, as well as Snorunt. And then on specific days, you're going to see different Pokemon. On August 4th, 6th, 8th, and 10, you're going to see Ponyta and Snover. And then on August 5th, 7th, 9th, and 10, you're going to see Slugma and Vanillite. And the fun thing is, all of these Pokemon are going to get a boosted shiny rate, but I don't necessarily know if this is going to be through the wild or if it's going to be specifically from hatching eggs. They haven't really clarified, but at the very least, you will be able to get the shinies of any of these Pokemon. Now, within 5-kilometer eggs, you're going to be able to hatch Sneasel, Darumaka, Galarian Darumaka, Sizzlipede, as well as Snom, and yes, their shinies are also going to be available, and potentially, they're going to have a boosted shiny rate. Now, of course, Snom is going to be available just through hatching eggs. It's not going to be spawning in the wild, and it will be getting its shiny debut. So if you want this particular shiny, you're going to have to hatch a whole bunch of eggs during this event. Now, also during this event, there's going to be a timed research. Presumably, this is going to be free for everyone, and this research is going to award you with 16,800 experience, which is actually quite a lot, and also encounters with a costume Pikachu. This is Pikachu wearing a marathon visor. But next, let's go over the event bonuses, and this is all going to be tied to, of course, a Go Pass, which will be available during this event. With Tier 1 of the bonus, it's going to be at rank 10. You're going to get double the amount of experience whenever you spin a Pokestop, and if you have the Go Pass Deluxe, you're going to get 3 times the amount of experience. And then at Tier 2, which you can get at rank 20 of the Go Pass, the egg hatch distance is going to be cut in half, and if you have the Deluxe Edition, it's going to be cut to a quarter. And then speaking of the Go Pass Deluxe, if you were to purchase it, these are the things you're going to get. You're going to get additional encounters with event-themed Pokemon. You're going to get an Incense. You're also going to get Silver Pineapple Berries, Rare Candy XL, as well as Candy XL. And then during this event, field research tasks are going to give you event-themed Pokemon, which includes Ponyta, Slugma, Snover, Vanillite, and more. And yeah, they did not mention it, so you probably will not be able to get Snom through these field research tasks. It's basically specifically through egg hatching. Alright, now as I mentioned, there's going to be a Hatch Day during this week, and I actually think this one might be a bit of a hit or a miss, depending on who you are as a player. Let's talk about the details for that. The Fire and Ice Hatch Day is going to be happening on August 8th from 11 o'clock a.m. until 5 o'clock p.m. local time. And the featured Pokemon are going to be the 2 baby Pokemon Smoochum as well as Magby. Both of these Pokemon are going to have a boosted shiny rate when it comes to hatching eggs. There's also going to be an additional Pokemon which you can get from hatching, which I'm actually kind of surprised they did not list it as one of the featured Pokemon, but you could potentially get Larvesta from 2-kilometer eggs, and you do have the chance of it being a shiny. However, it's not going to have a boosted shiny chance, just like with shiny Smoochum as well as shiny Magby. There's also going to be a timed research, and presumably this is going to be free free and available to everyone, and it's going to give you a free incubator along with some experience. Now during this event, we're going to get the following event bonuses. You're going to get double the amount of candy when you hatch eggs, and then eggs you place in incubators during the event are going to only require half the amount of distance in order to hatch, and then you're going to have an increased chance of getting shiny Smoochum and shiny Magby from hatching eggs, and then you're going to have an increased chance of receiving 2-kilometer eggs during this event when you spin Pokestops. And all of the event Pokemon and the boosted shiny rates are going to be within those 2-kilometer eggs. Alright, next let's go over the weekly content, starting with Max Battles. So within Max Battles, you're going to be able to get Dynamax Magmar in Max Battles, and this one may not necessarily be that worth it. If you want to save your Max Particles for other Pokemon, then yeah, you could skip out on Magmar. And then during this week, when it comes to 5-star legendary raids, we're going to be getting the Lake Trio, Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf, and these are going to be in different parts of the world. For example, with Uxie, you're going to be able to catch it if you live in the Asia Pacific region. Mesprit, you're going to be able to get it if you live in the Europe, the Middle East, Africa, and India region. And then Azelf is going to be available in the Americas and Greenland. Now, of course, you can raid for the Lake Trio Pokemon that's not in your region through remote raids, so if you're looking for a particular Pokemon, you are going to need to have a friend from that particular region. And then coinciding with them in Mega Evolution raids, we're going to have Mega Blaziken. This is actually a Mega Evolution that is actually really good, so make sure you raid for it if you do not have any Mega Energy for Mega Blaziken. It is definitely worth it. And then also during this week within Shadow Legendary raids, we're going to have Shadow Giratina Altered Form. This is actually a pretty good one, so you don't want to miss out on it. And then the next thing I want to talk about, which I think is going to be a major highlight for this week, is that we're going to be getting a Spotlight Hour on Thursday, August 6th, featuring the Pokemon Delibird. Now the big thing here is that Delibird is also going to have a double catch Stardust bonus with this Spotlight Hour, which means every Delibird that you catch is going to give you double Stardust. And Delibird is one of those Pokemon that gives you bonus Stardust when you catch it. This will be a major Spotlight Hour, especially if you need Stardust, because the amount of Stardust that you can get with Delibird by itself is actually pretty high. But the fact that you're getting double Stardust with this Spotlight Hour means you're going to be able to get a ton of Stardust with a star piece. So definitely don't miss out on that. Alright, and that leaves us with what's going to be active within the Go Battle League. So until this Tuesday, August 4th, we're going to have the Open Great League along with the Master Premier Cup. And then afterwards, for the rest of the week, we're going to have the Open Ultra League along with the Weather Cup Great League Edition. If you have a good team for the Ultra League or the Weather Cup Great League Edition, then this will definitely be a great opportunity for you to get some rating points. Alright, so there you have it. This is everything that's going to be happening in Pokemon Go. Big thing in particular is going to be that Spotlight Hour, because Delibird does give you that bonus Stardust, and it's going to be a double Stardust Spotlight Hour. It's definitely going to be a way for you to inject a whole bunch of Stardust into your account, so definitely plan around that specific event. And of course, there's a lot of nice content that's going to be coming to Pokemon Go during this week. It will actually be a pretty decent week, in my opinion. So let me know your thoughts regarding this week's content down below. Is there something in particular that you are looking forward to? Make sure you share what that is in the comments, and let's have a great discussion. And thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it and you want to support my channel, best way you could do that is by hitting the like button for this video, hype up the video if you're watching it on mobile, and subscribe if you haven't done that already. And make sure you turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when I upload videos. And if you have some time, go and check out the links in the description below. One of them is my Patreon page, and if you join my Patreon, you get a spot on my Pokemon Go friends list. So if you want to play Pokemon Go with me, go and check out my Patreon. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, have yourself a great week, and love yourself today, and I'll catch you in the next one.